Welcome to Elizabeth School News. I'm Greg Markowitz. Elizabeth School News is a program that is to keep you updated with everything that's happening within the Elizabeth Public School System. There are many reasons why we are currently ranked #1 out of all the urban school districts within the state of New Jersey. Today, we'll be showing you a few of those reasons. So, let's begin. The Elizabeth Public Schools has always led the way in the use of innovative educational technology. We recently visited Dr. Orlando Adreda, school number 26, and their outstanding music department that is exploring new ways to combine music and technology. Let's have a look.
I'm here today at School 26 with Dr. Stephen Humer. How are you today, sir?
Oh, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. Now, can you explain to us what smart music is?
Well, Smart Music is an interactive software program that acts as a teaching aid. It also acts as a means for doing assessment with the kids. And since I can't go home with the kids, it gives them feedback about their performance, suggests where there might be some mistakes or some errors, and then gives them suggestions on how they can move forward with their practicing.
Now, how will this help their children practice?
Well, it's going to help them practice because a lot of times, like when I was in school, the band director would say, I want you to practice all the notes between letter A and letter B. And sometimes I had 4 notes, and it was really boring, and I didn't know what I was doing. With Smart Music, I can hear my part, but I can also hear the whole band. So now all of a sudden, these boring notes that I had before have meaning because I see them in context with everything else that's going on.
Can you explain the process of how students would log on and use actually the software?
Sure. Well, first we've established accounts for all the kids, so they have a unique username. And they go in, they log in, they find the icon, they click on the icon, it brings up the app on their device. It can either be a PC or an iPad or a Macintosh. They log in just like you would log in, say, to a Netflix account or something like this. And on their homepage, they'll find that they have an inbox. And in their inbox, there might be an assignment. So they click on the assignment. Gee, I wonder what he sent me. There it is, and it comes up on the screen. They're looking at it for the first time. So they don't really, maybe they don't know what it sounds like or what it's supposed to sound like. So they have options. They can turn their part on and turn the accompaniment off so they can hear what their part is meant to sound like. Then they can hear it with the accompaniment. Then they can try it a couple times. Each time they record it, it comes up as a take, and Smart Music assesses it. So it'll show me red and green. It shows green for what they do correctly and red for the areas that they need some help in. So then they take that data, the red areas, and they practice the red areas out of context and then try to put it back in context, taking another take until they get 100 or a score that they can actually live with, whichever comes first. Sometimes you can get it done in like 30, 40 seconds. Sometimes I had one student who was on it for about 53 minutes trying to get an exercise accomplished.
That technology was really something else. But now for some huge news. William F. Halsey will be undergoing changes, and Cassio Ramirez met up with Jeff Ruskowski, and here is her report.
Hi, I'm here with Mr. Roskowski from the Halsey Leadership Academy. My first question is, how long have you been here at Halsey?
Okay, I actually got appointed on July 17th of 2014 during the summer. But before that, 33 years ago, I started here in Halsey teaching, became a disciplinarian in the 90s, and then a supervisor, and then came back to Halsey as the house director. So I'm actually back again, and I tell the kids I'm a retread.
I understand that they decided to rebrand Halsey. Why is that?
Okay. In talking to students, we realized that they didn't realize what leadership was or what it encompasses when they are choosing schools during their 8th grade year. So we decided, along with Mrs. Ugelmeyer, to rebrand the school and bring in different strands, which will include the nursing program moving from Edison to Halsey, and public safety, which will encompass our criminal justice, police, fire, EMS, Homeland Security, and the name of the academy, of Halsey Academy, will be changed from the Leadership Academy to the William F. Halsey Junior Health Sciences and Public Safety Academy.
What kind of courses will be offered here?
Okay, when bringing the nursing program over, they will still be involved in going up to Trinitas Hospital during the junior and senior year, and in their anyone that eighth grader that picks the strand will be taking a number of health-related courses in their freshman and sophomore year to prepare them to be interviewed for the nursing program. And as we move to the public safety part of the rebranding, courses will include an exploratory type class where they'll learn about all types of public safety jobs, such as firemen, police, EMS, Homeland Security type jobs. We also are continuing with the ROTC program, which is the Marine Junior ROTC. So any student that wants to join that or pick that strand still has the ability to do so. And then, of course, our satellite building is the Academy of Finance, and students can also choose that one, which is still available to any eighth grader coming in.
If eighth graders want to apply here, what do they have to do?
Okay. At the time of their application in, I believe it's March, they'll just have to put down Halsey and whatever strand they're interested in. The nursing program will be a GPA requirement, so students really need to think about that as part of the reason for choosing the nursing program, because eventually they'll need to maintain that GPA in order to, when they get interviewed in their sophomore year, to get into the nursing program. There is no GPA requirement for any of the other strands, so the ability to pick Halsey is wide open for any of our eighth graders.
Thank you, Mr. Roskowski, for being here with us. Now back to the studio.
Those were some really exciting changes coming to Halsey. Now, as many of you may have seen driving around town, Elizabeth now has 3 blue ribbon schools. But one of those schools has 3 blue ribbons all to itself. That's right, William F. Halloran School number 22 was just awarded its 3rd blue ribbon. They had a celebration recently, and our cameras are there to catch all of the excitement.
Hi, I'm Cassiel Ramirez here at School 22. School 22 is the only school in New Jersey with 3 blue ribbons. Here today I'm with Mr. Webb, the principal, and some of the other staff. Would you like to introduce them today?
Yes, certainly. These are our vice principals, Mrs. Evaristo and Mrs. Labrador, 2 of our teachers, Mrs. Smaraglia and Mrs. Rafoa.
School 22 is the only school in New Jersey that has 3 blue ribbons. What does it mean to have 3 blue ribbons?
It's a great honor for us to be awarded the 3 blue ribbons throughout the years. You're nominated by your state Department of Education. They nominate you to the Federal Board of Education, and then there's a lengthy application process that you must go through.
What does it take to have blue ribbon?
The application process is very lengthy, and we take on different components that have to be answered about the school and things that we do here, as well as our test scores. You can be nominated every 5 years, and we've had an honor to be nominated 3 years in the past, and we've won every time. After that, after the nomination and the application process, once you are awarded, you go to Washington, D.C. to receive the award.
I heard there was a Blue Ribbon Week. What did you do during this week?
Well, when we were in Washington, one of the biggest things was how we were going to celebrate our Blue Ribbon. And so we came up with, how about a Blue Ribbon Week? We asked Mr. Webb. He said that would be great. And we put a committee together, and the committee decided to do something special each day. We wanted to make sure that each of the children received something, not only did fun activities, but then received something each day of the week. So we started off with a Pep Rally, which was, you know, a huge, huge success. And we did some activities throughout the week, and then we ended with a soccer game for the older children and a fun dance. And then the younger kids got to watch a movie, and we had popcorn, and it was great.
Every student also received one of these fabulous T-shirts that Mr. Webb is wearing right now.
Let's take a look of that video from the Pep Rally.
try to knock me down, but I get up again. It's time to break out the spots you try to put me in. 'Cause we are the quirky ones. We all just wanna have some fun. We live, we love, we wanna laugh out loud. YOLO, so watch me work it out. 'Cause tonight, for the first time, I'm loving who I be. Turn it up for all the freaks like me. Tonight, I'm feeling so fine. I'm loving who I see. Turn it up for all the freaks like me. Freaks like me, the freaks like me. The freaks like me, the freaks like me. The freaks like me, the freaks like me. The freaks like me, the freaks like me.
But there's only one school that has received 3 blue ribbon schools. That credit belongs to each and every one of you. And on behalf of the team,
'Cause we are the quirky ones. We all just wanna have some fun. We live, we love, we wanna laugh out.
I know that each and every one of you are rock stars in this school, but it wouldn't be possible without the tremendous work and dedication and passion of the teachers of this school. Let's give them all a round of applause for all that they do.
Freaks like me, freaks like me, the 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 freaks. How many do we have?
Gotta go on with the show though. It's just the beginning.
Yeah.
And they know you're #winning.
Yeah.
So you just keep on grinning.
Yeah.
And baby,
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
cause we don't even care.
Frozen,
These haters wanna step.
frozen,
They tripping like whoa, we chilling like snow. Let it go, let it go.
frozen.
So shake those pom-poms if you know you the bomb.
Reflect on what it means to be honored as a Blue Ribbon School. And this is the third time School 22 has been honored that way. And that's accomplished through your hard work and your parents' hard work and support and the teachers' dedication to you. Be proud of it, live it, enjoy it, and congratulations to all.
It's so fun. I'm loving who I see. Turn it on for all the freaks like me. Freaks like me, the 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 freaks like me.
Congratulations once again to school number 22. It's never too early to start thinking about enrolling your child into the 2015-2016 school year. Many parents, however, have questions about where to go and what documents to bring with them. Here to answer all those questions are our own reporter Roberto Adams and Mr. Aaron Goblat to give you the 411.
I'm here today with Director of Student Services, Mr. Aaron Goblat, to talk about registration in Elizabeth Public Schools. Hello, Mr. Aaron.
How are you, Roberto?
Pretty good.
Good.
Can you talk to us about registering in Elizabeth? Because a lot of parents have concerns and questions about how they can register in Elizabeth Public Schools.
Sure. Well, you are at the Children's Welcome Center, which is located at 507 Westminster Avenue. We've been in operation since August of this past school year to best meet the needs of our community. So if a parent or guardian is looking to register their child in grades kindergarten through 8th grade, they can come down to the Children's Welcome Center. Our hours of operation are 8 o'clock in the morning until 4:30. We do try to accommodate people as best as possible, and so if anyone has an individualized issue about coming down here, they can always call me at 552-7500, and I can set something up with them if they need something specific. To register, parents or guardians need to bring a copy of their child's birth certificate, immunization records, and a current physical. In addition, we require as proof of residency a lease or a tax bill or a notarized letter from a landlord, as well as 2 pieces of identification.
What are your busy times here? Like, what are the best times to register for your kids here?
That's a great question, Roberto, because we are very, very busy right before the start of the school year. People move into the city of Elizabeth, and they're anxious to get their children registered in one of our schools. So I would strongly recommend for any parent who is in Elizabeth to come here as early as possible over the summer, and please, please don't wait until the 3rd or 4th week in August, because we can get very crowded here. So if a family is new to Elizabeth and they're here at the beginning of the summer, come on down in July and we'll get you registered and you'll be all set to go for September.
Mr. Goldblatt, now I know you're also in charge of the High School Welcome Center. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yes, the High School Welcome Center is located at 600 Pearl Street, and parents would need the same items to register a child into one of our high schools. If a parent does take their child to the Welcome Center, they should definitely ask for Miss Marquez, who is our guidance counselor in charge of the Welcome Center. She will give the parent and the future student information regarding our 6 high schools and what options are available to them. And in addition to, again, a birth certificate and immunization records, lease, tax bill, etc., high school students would also need a copy of their transcripts from the school that they are coming from, so that we can analyze their transcripts and put them in the correct grade and make sure that they are taking the right classes to work towards their graduation.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Sure. It was great having you come down here today, Roberto. And again, the Welcome Center is here to meet the needs of the public. We are very, very accommodating. If anyone ever has a question, again, they can certainly call me at 552-7500, or if they have any questions to come down. Again, thanks for coming.
Thank you, guys. Now back to the studio.
I'm here with Mrs. Crosby, the Director of Early Childhood in the Elizabeth Public School System. Mrs. Crosby, approximately how many students are in the preschool system that we have here in Elizabeth?
We currently have approximately 3,400 preschool students between the ages of 3 and 4 years old. They go to school in either one of our pre-K through 8th grade elementary schools. We also have 3 dual language early childhood centers within the district, and we also contract with 8 private providers throughout the city of Elizabeth, as well as 1 Head Start.
And for the students that are enrolled, what curriculum do they follow throughout the school year?
The preschool students here in Elizabeth follow the high-scope approach to early childhood education. It is a research-based, play-based approach to learning, and it focuses on language and literacy, developing math skills, science and technology, as well as developing social and emotional skills. In addition to that, we also provide the Scholastics Early Childhood Program for our preschool students as a support for language and literacy. And finally, this year, we just began to implement the Handwriting Without Tears program in our preschool classrooms to support students in their writing.
And exactly how does that curriculum tie into the Common Core that Elizabeth has here?
In 2014, the State Department revised the New Jersey Preschool Teaching and Learning Standards to be aligned to the Kindergarten Common Core. So through those standards, children learn how to write, they learn the pre-reading skills, they learn basic math skills, as well as science and social studies. So it all ties into preparing them for kindergarten.
And for students and parents that are tied into this preschool program, what support does Elizabeth give to those students and parents?
So for preschool students who are new to our district, either at the age of 3 or 4, the State Department requires us to do a developmental screening on all new preschool students. That developmental screening measures their adequacy in language, as well as fine and gross motor skills. If we see that a student is struggling or has cognitive delays, we have a team of learning consultants who can work with the student and the family and the teacher to provide strategies and interventions throughout the school year. In addition, we have a team of social workers who does a similar process of providing strategies and supports to students, families, and teachers if we see that a child is struggling with social emotional skills or has some type of challenging behaviors. Our social workers also provide supports to parents through workshops. We offer transitioning and scheduling workshops. We have workshops on dealing with the loss of a loved one. And we also offer parents workshops on transitioning into preschool as well as transitioning from preschool into kindergarten. So if a parent wants to register their preschool student, the child has to be a resident of the Elizabeth School District. The child has to be either 3 or 4 by October 1st of the upcoming school year. A parent would need to register their child at one of our early childhood centers, either School 50, 51, or 52. In addition, they can also come to the Division of Early Childhood Education, located at 505 North Broad Street. Parents need to bring with them the child's original birth certificate, immunization records, a copy of either their lease, if they own the house, a copy of their deed or their tax bill. In addition to that, they also need to bring 2 forms which offer as proof of residency. So it could be a utility bill, a bank statement, medical bills, something of that nature. And then they would just come to our office or to the schools to register the child.
Our own Frances Kelly recently met up with Miss Sandra Toll, the director of this year's spring musical, Bring It On. Let's take a look.
Thanks, Greg. I'm here with Miss Toll, director of this year's high school musical, and this year's musical is Bring It On. Can you tell us a little something about it?
Sure. Bring It On is a story about teenage students who are involved in cheering competition, and one of the girls gets moved to another high school, transferred to another high school that has no cheer squad. So she puts one together, and they enter the competition, and so it's all about that.
Now, what made you choose Bring It On?
The characters, I think. Reading it, I laughed out loud while I was reading it, so the characters are funny and quirky and really true to life. I think it reminded me of my students quite a bit, and I knew that they would enjoy playing the characters. The story also has a nice message about acceptance, tolerance, self-acceptance, and self-esteem, so in that regard, it's also really a worthy story to tell.
Now, what did the students have to do to get into the show?
Well, all the students auditioned in the fall. They had to sing and dance for us and read some lines from the script. We did a couple of rounds of auditions, and then they were cast in the show, and they had to make time for rehearsals. There's a lot of time involved, so they have to give up other activities sometimes, but it's worth it in the end.
Now, what is the rehearsals like?
We rehearse every Saturday for 6 to 8 hours. And at the beginning, a couple of times a week after school. But now that we're close to the show, we're here 6 days a week for a long time.
Now, I understand that you entered a competition. Can you tell me what it's about?
Sure. Paper Mill Playhouse, a regional theater here in New Jersey, in Millburn, sponsors a competition called the Rising Star Awards. And it's really great because the judges come to our theater and view our musical, one of about 117 musicals that they'll see throughout the state of New Jersey. And they judge us in a variety of categories, everything from the direction to the technical aspects and, of course, the students' performances. And then in June, there's an award ceremony for all the students who are nominated. They find out if they won. And it's kind of like the Tony Awards on the high school level.
For more information on any of the segments that you watched here tonight, you can visit the Elizabeth Public Schools website. We hope you've enjoyed this segment. And from Elizabeth School News, I'm Gregory Markowitz. Hope to see you next time.